Okay, this is kind of like the baby wipe technique, because you're going to take a little pad, and I'm going to use Marina Mist for the sky. And then I'm just going to take it and start moving it over. You can just see, you just swipe it across there, and the more you do, the little bit lighter it gets. It's easier for me to do towards myself or away from. You just blend it till you are through, you like it. It's whatever you like on this one. And I kind of like the way the little dots are in there. It just lends it to just, I don't know, it looks kind of neat, I think. So I'm going to get another one of these. And I put alcohol on this too, as well as the paper, so it kind of keeps it able to manipulate it and blend it. And since I'm only going to put, because what I'm using this for is one of the trees in Lovely as a Tree. So I'm going to put just a little bit of brown. You don't want a lot, but just a little bit. Keep, you know, if you need to, you can add more. Just keep going straight across. Once you get the depth of color you like, you can stop. And just, you know, just keep playing around with it till you get it the way you like it. This could look like a beach here to me, just about. Okay, and then I kind of like a little bit darker, but you can see if you play around with this, you can get, like, that really does kind of look like a beach scene there. That may be what I end up using it for, but okay, now like that was soft suede. And the next one I have is Old Olive. Old Olive is like a standby for me. I love that color. It goes well with a lot of, since I have 3 sons and a husband, make a lot of masculine cards, and it seems like it just goes very well. If you had a baby wipe, you could just take and fold it up and put your 3 dots there of Reinker, whatever color, how many ever dots you want, and just swipe. I don't have babies, so I'm just going to take and I'm going to do a little bit of a, kind of look like grass maybe. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Now that's, I think that's pretty. It could be a, like a beach scene. Like I said, you could stamp some type of little weedy looking grass. And I may end up doing that. That's might be what I do. But that's on the glossy cardstock too. And I'll show you what I do with this next. I changed my mind on what I was going to do with this piece, because the way it came out, I thought it looked more like a, maybe a beach scene, or a, I'm not sure what you would think it looks like, but I decided to use, it's a wheat stamp looking stamp, grains, from the Autumn Days stamp set, still available in the 2011-2012 catalog, and I stamped it with soft suede on the green part, and I think that turned out pretty cute. Again, this is glossy paper, so you're going to have a little bit of the gloss. And I will just set this aside and use it on a card later. I've taken like a makeup remover pad here, just a plain old makeup remover, little pad that you use. And I'm going to put, I've already got Pacific Point on there from another little project, but I'm going to put just a couple drops of Pacific Point. And I'm going to start pulling it straight down like this. I want it to be pretty damp so you can blend in. I'm only going to put a little bit of green on this card on the bottom, and just however dark you want to get it, you can go back and put some more on there if you want to. I think that's about good for what I want. I'm going to flip it around. I've got another pad. You don't want to use the same one. If you have baby wipes, you could maybe do that. You could put, spread them apart as far as you needed to. This gives me a little bit more control. And again, you need to have alcohol on this to make it work properly. So I'm just going to let that blend in. And like I said, if you want it darker, you go back and add some more. Kind of like the idea of having a little bit of stripes on this because it is going to be a grassy area. You can even do a little bit of pouncing with it, so you get that technique. I'm going to let this dry, and then we're going to put a stamp on it. You can also make an ink pad out of this if you want to. We used to have the Spectrum pads. I'm going to just, I put alcohol on this, so I'm going to add some drops of color. I'm using Tempting Turquoise, Melon Mambo. I'm going to just put a generous amount here because I'm going to stamp several times. One thing about this technique is you will have to clean off your stamp after each impression, so it would take a little bit to do. Okay, and this color is Daffodil Delight. I'm using a stamp set called Circle Circus. And you're going to see that you can move it just slightly, but don't move it too much because you don't want to mess it up. And then I'm taking, again, glossy cardstock, and I'm just going to stamp and press down. We'll put it up and see what we get. Isn't that pretty?